longevity. Apparently, it's just too much in animal to putrefy the body.
Yeah.
And I thought about it when I was coming home the other day. I think, oh, I need to eat meat. And then I'm coming home, I see a pack of, a whole flock of wild turkeys just right next to me. I can almost reach out and grab them. They're looking at me like, are you going to eat me, cook me? And I'm looking at them like, how can I do this? I can't do it. I can't go slaughtering and eating them. That'd be probably the safest way.
I know.
I'm not wanting to do that.
It's like if because I eat meat. I'm sorry, but I do because like I love chicken. But
yeah, it's okay.
So if I buy it in the store or whatever, then
I desire meat, but it hasn't been good for me.
I don't have to look at it, and you know what I mean. Look
it's different just having it prepared, and then actually killing it and butchering it, and I mean I did that with fish and fillets and everything. We did that growing up.
Actually, my grandmother, she did that when I was little. She actually, they had their own farm or whatever, and they had chickens and
it's a good thing to know, actually.
And I watched her wring a chicken's neck and cut its head off and plug all the feathers and put it in a pot and cook it up. And we would eat it for dinner. I mean,
the closest I had went to that was visiting my relatives on a dairy farm up in New Hampshire,
right.
And back then you didn't have machines.
Right.
You had to do it by hand. Squeezed it by hand in the big buckets.
He did that for I think 1 day or 2 days or something.
And then you got a rash or something.
Oh, I did it for
milk the cows.
I did it for a couple of weeks.
You did it for a couple of weeks? Yeah. I didn't think it lasted that long.
I had to be there at 3 o'clock in the morning and hook up machines, all these titties and shit.
They were just coming up with the machines when I was a kid, when they were at the dairy farm, and I got to see those new machines.
And it was nasty.
It is.
2
it
feet
is.
of shit you're walking through. And
it is. It makes you never want to drink milk again. It really does. Well, when I went to apply to a orange juice factory, I couldn't eat frozen orange juice ever again.
Right.
I saw how it's done. And I refused to even, when they hired me, I said, no, I'm not going to work here. It was so, the smells, with so many chemical, big fats. I thought, this is how they make our food?
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll eat it if you don't see it made, but if you see it made, you're like, fuck, I don't want it.
Yeah.
So mass-produced, so many chemicals.
That's what they need to do, is show people how it was actually made and created those GMOs.
That orange juice factory was 2 blocks from my house. I could have walked to work. It was perfect. Factory right at the end of the road, but I couldn't do it.
I try to look at all the boxes and make sure it says non-GMO or
look for sulfites.
Organic.
It says metasulfite. Don't watch out for that. Some breads and crackers and things.
Oh yeah.
Things that look natural.
Or high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah. And of course, sucralose isn't the best, but of course, NutraSweet is really bad.
If you want a sugar that is like plant-based, that's really good, it's called stevia.
And then agave nectar.
And agave is
I love
really
agave nectar.
Agave is good.
But I don't even need those right now.
No.
Or regular fruit and fruit juice, dried fruit, or like more than sweet enough for me. I even have to be careful with them because they don't use sugar.
Get yourself a little whole watermelon from a farmer's market, whatever, and there you go.
I got a beautiful papaya this big the other day at the health food store, and it's just loaded with seeds. And I thought, this is a really good variety. So I put them right out planted them right in a a little area.
Good.
A bunch of calendar watered it in. When they come up, I'll separate them and things.
If they come up.
If they come up. A lot of things have not been coming up this year.
I mean,
and the hot,
the weird weather,
sun, the weather,
extreme weather. The seeds go, I'm not going to grow and I'm going to sprout in this. That's what they're thinking. They'll sit there for years before the right conditions.
Well, you're supposed to take the seeds and put them in a wet paper towel.
That works best.
And then put them in a cupboard, some dry, dark place.
Takes about 3 days.
Let them sit for 24 hours or 48 hours or something.
2 to 4 days.
Yeah.
You'll have a bunch of sprouts.
And then they sprout.
Yeah, and then you put them into your little planters. That's what I do when I start special plants.
Yeah. I do not have a green thumb, and I have not actually planted anything yet, so whatever. I'm not good.
I've had a green thumb at times, but it's your general energy flow, and if you're able to focus in it and really get in tune with the earth and the plants.
Exactly.
It takes time and experience.
It takes time.
And if you get out of the cycle,
I've been watching these videos lately. This is so cool. There's these it's in I don't know, like different states, Ohio, Arizona, wherever, and there are these plants, and they're by other plants, but they're just sitting there waving like this. They go like this. Mr. MBB333, whatever, on YouTube has showed this.
They have
their plant, and this plant is just sitting there waving just like this, going.
And even when the wind blows them, I've watched trees, and I realize they're allowing themselves to be blown in certain patterns and things.
Right.
They loosen up. They have something like muscles or tendons, oak trees and things.
Right.
It's very different.
Their roots are like that.
They have them. There are some plants that actually get up and walk around in Africa. Move out and get up, uproot themselves and walk somewhere else and reroot them.
Really?
I have that on some video. I have some.
No way!
Yeah.
You've actually seen that in a video.
Yeah, it's
where the plant actually uproots itself.
It doesn't go that far, and it was just, but it was like in Africa or South America or something documented.
Wow.
It's only plant known to do that.
Right.
You know? But they're saying they were talking about plants, and they're saying on the other extreme we have this one, and it's like for
that is
it's
so
a second
cool.
of this thing pulling itself out of the ground. It's like, oh, I saw that sci-fi movie.
Why are you taking a picture of that? That's if it works. Anyway, all right. Are we ready to read a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, great. I love his attitude today. Good attitude. Okay. Number 14 under the Law of the Land handbook. This is basically saying that all living systems are free, and they should be. And we're going back to natural law. So number 14 is science. It says, number 1, space sciences that propose to pierce Earth's magnetosphere, opening portals to other dimensions for the purpose of interdimensional travel, or that attempt to dissolve the separation between the spirit and physical worlds.
Yes, you read my mind.
Disrupt the balance of life on Earth.
But that's just a sci-fi film. They're not really doing that, are they?
No, they're really doing that.
No. Are they really trying to do that?
Yeah, they have.
They're
been.
insane.
Are
That's
you
all I
calling
gotta
me
say.
insane?
They're insane. That's crazy.
You're calling me insane.
No, they're insane.
Oh,
Not you. I'm saying they're insane. No, I'm saying if they're trying to make these sci-fi films great, that's crazy.
Everybody's insane. So.
Everybody's a little bit crazy.
My words might come together sometimes. I'm saying they're insane if they're even thinking that.
Okay.
It's like, wait a minute, hey. Let's just feed people and give everyone shelter and stuff.
All right.
Just basic human stuff. We don't need to go to other dimensions. Except get out of this dimension we're in now.
All right. So I'm going to read this statement over again. So I can read the whole thing. Okay. Number 1, space sciences that propose to pierce Earth's magnetosphere, opening portals to other dimensions for the purpose of interdimensional travel, or that attempt to dissolve the separation between the spirit and physical worlds, disrupts the balance of life on Earth.
Is this like a government Stargate policy?
Therefore, you keep talking, and I didn't even get it finished.
Oh, sorry.
Can you wait?
Okay.
Okay. Starting over again. Okay. 14, science. Number 1. Space sciences that propose to pierce Earth's magnetosphere, opening portals to other dimensions for the purpose of interdimensional travel, or that attempt to dissolve the separation between the spirit and physical worlds, disrupts the balance of life on Earth. Therefore, supporting perpetuating, maintaining, or dabbling in these sentences is a criminal violation of natural law. Okay. Did we get that? Now you can talk.
Oh, so it's a, you think this is a government Stargate policy program?
Something like that.
Something like that, like
Something
our
like
space
that.
program that they're secretly kind of, or
They
semi-secretly.
they secretly do have a space program.
And right.
It's called the Secret Space Program,
Yeah.
SSP. Right.
I thought something about the Space Force or something.
Yeah, the Space Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually in Star Wars or whatever, the Space Force.
Right. So
But
what's
it's
really happening
actually real,
out
and they're
there,
actually doing
beyond
that,
our
and-
atmosphere, we don't really know. But that's not atmosphere. What you're talking about, that's interdimensional.
Interdimensional.
So that is. That's like the little things you saw when you took a whole lot of LSD, but actually going there in physical form.
Right. Right, and if you're actually able to do the astral projection,
Right,
whatever,
which is so dangerous.
Which is so dangerous.
Yeah, I would
and
never do that again.
You must
I was
be-
so good at that.
You
but
must be really, really careful
it comes
about
natural,
that
and
because
it's being
because
fooled
if you
into it.
leave your body,
Yeah.
then something another
mentioned this before.
entity could come into your body and take over, and then when you come back, you have
get back
nothing.
in.
You can't get back in, right?
And you can feel the
So-
danger when that comes close to happening. You get
Right.
too far, and you feel that something is trying to get in, and you try to get back to your body, and it's a very frightening moment.
It is.
It was one of the most frightening moments of my life.
Right.
And I realized that
So
almost...
don't do that.
And that happened, I never
That's
did it again.
basically what number 1 says is don't do that.
Yeah.
Because.
I mean, it's nice to get out of your body and float around and see everything that's happening, but it's not worth the risk.
Yeah. It's
You
not
see,
worth
go
the risk.
beyond and you get into levels that you wouldn't normally, but it's not worth the risk
Mm-hmm.
unless there was some real reason for it. There might be a purpose for that, but it's not to play around with.
But I think where we are in an age of where we are in humanity, I don't think we're educated enough right now
We don't know.
to be able to do that safely.
We don't
So,
know. And if you ever try salvia, the herb salvia, you'll know that
Right.
for sure.
We did. We tried it.
It
Actually,
opens up to
we
those
did-
other
It
dimensions.
didn't
and
do anything to me.
right away you realize, we as humans don't know how to use this. You know?
Right, right.
You know, I don't want to play around with this.
I think we did. My husband and I did try
Got
that
some in
one
the unit
time,
or
and
something?
it wasn't.
It didn't do anything.
It didn't really do
We didn't
anything.
smoke enough.
I think
Yeah,
my
it's-
dad.
I've tried it
bought some or
orally
something,
and smoking, and it's
Yeah.
way too powerful, and it does open other dimensions, and it's very dangerous.
Okay, number 2. All interdimensional wormholes and portals are now sealed. So you just said that, the portal thing.
We need to keep them
So
sealed. we need to keep them sealed.
Exactly.
Keep them sealed.
Number 3, developing, supporting, consuming, or disseminating misleading secret space or extraterrestrial propaganda violates natural law. So
Confusing people unnecessarily.
developing, supporting it, consuming it, or disseminating it. So we're not even supposed to be talking about it.
Be responsible.
And
Don't
be-
disseminate something unless you know
Right.
it's true and it's
Right.
something that should be.
Right.
Sometimes you can learn things and it's like, gee, I shouldn't tell this, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be responsible in that way. We're not right now as a human race. We
As a
haven't been.
human, no.
We haven't been very good at it. Need to
Yeah.
change for our own benefit and for everything else.
Number 3, wait, okay, I just did that one. Number 4, the use of any science that manipulates the ionosphere, magnetosphere, or plasma plane disrupts the balance of life on Earth and violates natural law.
That is
The
supposedly
use of any science.
that's supposedly happening right now with HARP and the other HARP type facilities around
Right. They're using the weather warfare
the world. And
of
the
that,
barium spraying, the
and the
aluminum
barium spraying, and the
They're using
that big tube thing. What is that called? The Remember the slamming the ions together or whatever it is?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
You know what
But
I'm
yeah,
talking about?
they play around with things. They really
Right,
should.
they shouldn't. Oh my
And
goodness.
it's not good. But there's something behind it. There obviously is, but we don't want to know what that thing is. We want it to go away.
The number 5, the use of any technology that infiltrates or manipulates any of the cosmic or etheric planes violates natural law.
Well, she's talking about preventing what the 21st century in its worst case scenario could become.
Right.
It's like if you don't set these scenarios
Technology that infiltrates or manipulates any of the cosmic or etheric planes. Yeah, those planes are supposed to be left alone. People don't go diving into something you don't know about. Number 6. All forms of physical or energetic abduction violate human autonomy. I couldn't even say that word.
Autonomy?
Yeah. And constitute criminal violations of natural law. All forms of physical or energetic
We need our independent spirit, physical entities.
So, yeah, there are other humans that are taking other humans and doing things to them, and or extraterrestrial, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. So
well, we don't get the full truth on things, we don't really know.
Exactly.
We're just
exactly. We don't get the full truth of these things.
Trying to put it together.
They don't. You know,
we get the wrong pieces to the puzzle too.
It's like we're supposed to read between the lines, and we're supposed to put these little dots together.
And they give us the wrong information to put the dots together with.
And then they
or confuse it with all kinds of other stuff.
They try to confuse people.
You know, there'd be real stuff out, and then something just as real sounding is out there that's totally off the wall. You might not figure it out for 20 years.
The use of, here it is. The use of particle accelerators or high energy particle experimentation violates natural law. That's what I was talking about. That
when you're talking about the one before that, I got a vision.
It's called CERN.
The documentary of those particle accelerators, that big things circling around so quickly, and when I saw that, it's like.
And they're